Hello! Welcome back to this week's College Boy Taisen. I'm one of your hosts, Ghia, and this is our co-host. Introduce yourself, partner.
Now we're partners, finally. Digital Jacob, as the norm, as the usual.
You know, we don't introduce ourselves every episode. It's inconsistent, but it's consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, well, that is exactly. Consistency is inconsistency, which is key.
Exactly. I hope all of our viewers had a good weekend. I hope y'all didn't find any 0-1 episodes or razor blades in your candy.
I hope you guys didn't get any builds in your Starburst, and, any of that sort.
And if you were giving out candy like I was, I hope no one showed up at your door as what's a scary character? Sento Kiryu. we switched sides.
Good work.
We did it. Today we have a mix of topics. We have something interesting here. But of course, as always, we're starting off with this week's Kamen Rider Geats. Jacob, what did you think about episode 9? I think.
It was fine. It was wasn't a bad episode. It was just kind of.
It felt a little weird.
It's just kind of what you expect to happen after last episode. Like,
the show feel a little weird without Kawa.
A little, not. I don't even want. It did feel weird, but at the same time, not badly. Like, I don't want to say his present wasn't. Like, I feel like his present was missed, but at the same time, I wasn't missing him. Does that make sense?
A little bit. Yeah, I get it.
It's hard to explain now that like I'm thinking about him not being in the episode because I didn't really register. Because he's just not there. But, I'm
surprised there was, like, no real, like, cuts to KO to see what it's doing. Because that's really I feel like everyone, including me, was really expecting that of, like, we're going to see immediately how it is for KO to not be in the Grand Prix or something. I feel like we might get it this week, but I'm really surprised there wasn't even, like, a scene with him.
Yeah,
and, like, they took him out. They took him out of the opening. Yeah. They went full out with it.
That was funny. That was funny.
It felt wrong.
Did they cut out his Did they cut out like the actual shot of him, or is he just?
I don't know. I don't know where he is in that shot.
I gotta look at it again.
Well, it's gonna be interesting next week because obviously we're gonna have Nago and Buffalo back. I don't know if we're gonna have Kawa back yet, but to replace the spots of Mary, Depan, and Ginpen, we have Punk Jack, and I don't know the other two. I don't know the other two's names.
Win.
I do not know the other two's names. The old man, the owl old man, and the Mary repaint little girl. Also, I just realized that all the writers that are replacing the other three are like the exact animals. Punk Jack is the pan. Punk Jack's the pan repaint. The owl's Ginpen and Mary, but white. I hope we see another one. Like if we're gonna have more games, I hope they switch it up a little bit with like a hedgehog guy or something, or one of the giraffe people.
I would go feral for a hedgehog
or emperor. You know, this obviously Kamen Rider Emperor.
Or the guy who's an Amazon's repaint or whatever it was. It was like a mammoth. I forget. Or was it an elephant? I don't remember. You want to know what was weird about this episode?
What?
It felt very tropey. Like everyone's getting. I guess it's expected, but like everyone's getting ready for like the big final fight, and like Asuma has that scene with what's his face? What's his dead friend's name?
Toru?
I forget.
Yes, I think it's Toru.
But, like, you know, there's that scene, and, like, you know, there's Nago, like, talking to the camera, and, like, Geats is punching on a rooftop, even though he mostly shoots. But it just felt very standard for the most part. I enjoyed the egg thing.
We knew Ace was gonna win. So I feel like that's kind of a big. I don't know how to word this. I think depending on the viewer, it can be seen as a drawback or as an upside. But just like knowing Ace is gonna win because he's Ace, just the entire episode with everything happens, and even like Buffa had his super cool moment, but Ace is just gonna win anyways.
I know you're the Buffa fan. This isn't me hating. I felt that moment was really, I don't want to call it undeserved, but like it just didn't. I feel like it wasn't like necessary. Do you get what I mean?
I
enjoy what he said.
I'm of the opinion,
but it was just kind of eh.
I just feel like the scene would have hit harder if the viewer didn't know that, like, within their heart, without a doubt, Ace was gonna win anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because it takes a little bit of the impact away.
What was their logic? They were trying to say, like, it doesn't matter, it only matters if you win or something? Or whatever it was.
As long as you get your wish.
Yeah, I thought it was... I was kind of like... No, I was a little bit tricking out, but I didn't really get what he was trying to say. He just basically said it only matters if you win, and I'm like, yeah, that's what you've been saying.
I do admit, I think it's really cool that, like, the horn can snap off, like the suit itself can actually get, like, fucked up. I hope you see that with other stuff. Like if Nago gets, like, one of the cat ears chipped off or something, like.
Oh, the headphones break? That'd be cool.
Can someone rip out Geats' scarf? Just like...
just tear off Punk Jack's cape.
Like... I guess that's something we could talk about. What do you think? Well, did you have any thoughts about the new players, considering that one of them is Punk Jack?
What was it? You cut out a little bit. What was the question?
How do you feel about our incoming players? Old man, young girl, and Punk Jack. I said this on Twitter, but I'm actually really, like, happy with the direction Punk Jack went. Like, I'm glad he's not, like... You're glad he's not the pan.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not the pan. Shout out, Chris. And, like...
We did it.
That's just in my vocabulary now whenever I mention...
Shout out, Chris. To be
honest with you. No, but, like... No, I'm glad he's not, like, some, like, pathetic guy. Like, he's just kind of, like... I don't want to call him, like...
He's not a loser, man.
Wimpy. Yeah, like, he's not a loser, and I'm not trying to be rude with that, but, like, that's what I thought, and that's, like, I feel like Toku Twitter was kind of, like, trying to hype him up to be that, like...
Oh, yeah, Toku Twitter was definitely trying to make them an uwu baby, if you will.
But I'm glad he's literally just a punk rock guy. I think that's pretty cool. And I feel like it's very... honestly, kind of reminds me of Orin a little bit.
It was kind of funny to me, considering I feel like a lot of the appeal with Punk Jack at first was like, oh, funny mute man. And just to, like, his very next scene is him being like, what an interesting Grand Prix. And then he de-transforms and it's like, damn, that's kind of like all the appeal of Punk Jack lost. But hey, but now there's a new appeal. Now there's a new appeal for people who like rock.
Did you want it to be like a mystery of who it was, or do you think like
I was more
that he's just a dude?
I think I said it on a previous episode, but one of my big things for Punk Jack, or how I thought he was going to use Monster, because I feel like I had two predictions. I feel like one of them was related to Japan. I think I had a secret third one that was like, oh, he's gonna be like a boss of a mini game that they had to do, and he's gonna use Monster against the players.
I remember that. I really remember that.
And my main one was that, oh, he's gonna get tired of being a staff member that has to hide away his personality, because why do these guys get a chance to get a wish and he doesn't? So he's gonna find a way to break into the Grand Prix, and that's basically what happened. I don't know how he did it, but like he's in.
It's weird. It seems like they know like he's a former staff member. So I do wonder how that works out. Like if you can still get picked regardless, or like there is like a special thing going on.
Very interesting. Because
it seems like getting ahead a little bit. It seems like Sumeri and the Game Master got like, and Sumeri more so than the Game Master got kind of upset that like, or it seems like they got upset at Ace winning again. Not necessarily like him winning specifically, but just the fact that like he got another wish and they didn't like his wish. And knowing what we know what his wish is now, it's like, all right, I can get why you're upset, but I do wonder if that's going to be like a thing, like they put win in the game to make sure Ace doesn't succeed as much.
Maybe that's why they're seen together in the preview, and that's why like it seems like they're gonna have a little bit of a rivalry.
Mm.
Do you think Kayla's gonna come back this episode, or do you think we're gonna be without Kayla a little bit further?
Good question.
Because honestly, I still feel like he could be absent.
I don't know. I don't think next episode, because unless they're hiding him in the preview, I don't think he's in next episode. But I don't think he's gone for good. I think maybe after next episode after next episode, he might probably be coming back. But we gotta get the fever slot introduced soon, so that'll probably be.
We're getting beat this week.
I'm
surprised.
So that'll probably be the week after next.
I'm really surprised. Like Nago didn't have a focus episode for Beat. Like it seems like she's beginning of the Grand Prix. We have new items. You get Beat.
I felt the same way about Monster this episode, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I get. Like the whole thing was that they get new items, but I'm surprised it wasn't. Well, actually, seeing as Geats debuted Ninja, I'm not too mad, but like I expected to see.
I'm not mad that it was him, but it's just I'm not mad that it was him who used it first. I'm just kind of mad here comes the giant fist to end the boss.
I'm not saying it's like, I hate that Geats did it first. I just like I hate that it was introduced in like a gimmicky like side mission.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
like I wish Punk Jack would have found it next game.
I agree with that.
And I'm surprised Monster came in before Beat.
Yeah. I like the buckle of Monster. I'm not a fan of the armor, to be honest.
I think I'm the other way around.
Really?
I like the blue and yellow and the gauntlets, but I don't really like the kind of like puke green.
I suppose a better way of putting it is that I don't think I like the buckle. I just don't think the armor goes with it well. I think that's a better way of putting it.
I agree. I don't think they match really that well. I also don't think Monster is that good of a name for the buckle either.
Yeah, man, I think that's the crux of the problem, to be honest. Because there's nothing monster about it. It's
like
just
sure
the
the bear thing is a monster, I guess, but like the whole thing is that it sleeps and it has gauntlets. Like it has nothing to do with any of that. And that's a carnival sounding ass theme.
I do like that he like treats it like his little kid. I think that's kind of cute.
I like people trying to predict that like Buffa might have like standard Yuya Takahashi daddy issues because of how he treated his egg. I don't need to pay you any attention. Just hatch on your own.
Nah. He's not wrong.
I guess we gotta talk about the big thing though. The big thing that makes me happy.
Dan Corono is in the show.
I swear, I saw so many tweets. Frame one of just like, all right, Dan, take off the skin puppet. take off the face mask, Dan. I'm so glad, even though it's kind of predictable because they never like teased another actor being in like the Desire Grand Prix thing. But like, I'm so happy. I'm just happy.
I didn't want it to be Dan. I thought it would be funny more than anything. But the reveal is very underwhelming. I think I might have predicted it on a podcast, but I know I've been saying it. Like I think you can attest. I've said it like when we were watching it.
The butler being
It's literally the same outfit, I think, aside from maybe the tie. I know he's got the glove and the little shoulder thing.
It's the same fit. I think it's just his normal fit doesn't have the white jacket on top.
Yeah, that might be it. But it's fine. It just doesn't do anything for the show. It's not like we don't care about this guy like we care about Dan, I feel. Comparing reveals of Gem's kind of on a different level, I guess. I don't know.
You're right. I don't care about this guy more than Dan, but at the same time, this is not Dan's show. Fuck him. I'm tired of Dan Corona. X8 fans be acting like they oppressed or something when their show has like 50,000 pieces of side content.
it's really hard to like. I was thinking about the X-Date thing. I don't know. It's really hard to care about the reveal when you don't care about the guy, because it's just a dude, you know?
I guess where it's lacking for me is that, like, the Game Master hasn't done anything to where, like, if he took off his mask, I'd be like, wait, this guy did all of that? Like, no, he kind of just stood there.
That's actually I think that's actually it. That's actually that's it. You described it perfectly. He hasn't done anything to warrant being like, oh my god, it's the butler.
But he's just stood there and been like, my precious Kamen Riders, I hope you guys succeed.
God, Geats and Buffer are destined to fight.
And then they didn't.
They didn't. Nope, they did. They fought the episode before.
They fought for Ninja. And then it ended with Buffer getting ran into a car.
Sucks to suck. Just saying.
I feel like that's probably gonna... He's probably trying to foreshadow, like, oh, maybe in episode 30 they're gonna have a giant battle that's gonna change Buffa's view on life forever.
You want to know what I do appreciate about you bringing up, like, his view? I do appreciate that, like, there is, like, a respect, like, between him and Ace now. Like, they like a mutual respect by the end when, Buffa's getting retired. I appreciated that. I thought that was really sweet. Not like sweet as in like, aw, but like, oh, alright.
Also, I would like to bring it up because I like to flex. I like feeling like I'm right because I am right. I'm such a right guy.
What were you right about?
I talked the Icon. I told Icon, or my tweet about how he thought Kay was going to get into Grand Prix. There has to be some sort of rule that in the final round, if you get out in the final round, which it's been the final round for the past 3 episodes, you get a chance to play again, because that's how because how else would Buffa would have gotten a chance to play again after the first game? And Icon was sitting there trying to tell me that no, that's not how it works, because you don't get retired if you lose in the final round. You just become like a runner-up winner. That's why Buffa got to play again. And I was like, that sounds stupid. Runner-up winner? Hello? If you were a runner-up winner, I don't think it would have been like Buffa would have taken the loss that bad. It also sounds stupid. Like it says on the website that he lost, just like it says everyone else loses in all the other episodes. In this episode, the way I was so happy when Buffa and Nago disappeared and the announcer said retired. Oh, I was so happy. You do get retired when you lose the final round. And the next time preview, both of them are back. So there has to be some sort of rule. I feel so happy being right.
You know, you bring that up. I kind of do wish now there was a different noise signifying, like, oh, like, you know, just like a. What does it say when you die? Is it just game? Is it mission failed? Is that what it was?
Mission failed.
I guess if it just said like game over or like you lose, I think that would have been too close to X8 maybe.
But it'd be cool if you saw it from the point of view of like someone that got retired. And then it'd be like
I like that,
like a video game thing where they go and it's just like continue, like all video game stuff.
I'd like that. What was I gonna say? I had something else. I forget now. Damn it.
But yeah, the Game Master reveal is kind of meh because the guy hasn't really done anything evil yet, despite having like an evil voice changer.
I don't get why he's hiding his. I guess I get it.
Like the only person that knows him is Sumri. Like there's no like, is it for the staff members that like we've only seen one of who's a part of the game now?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm curious.
I think I've said he's my least favorite part of the show.
I think I am curious about Ace's wish. Like we know what it is. It's like, oh, I wish for the Zaire Grand Prix staff guys to be my family or something. But like,
I think that's really funny, to be honest.
It is funny, and I'm interesting to see how it plays out, because my prediction, because I feel like this is how the show's kind of been so far with Ace's character, he did it because, you know, he has his past trauma about his family, but he's not gonna say that, and he's gonna pretend like he did it for some other reason. And I feel like, and I feel like that reason is gonna be back to episode 2 when he's like, so obviously there's limits to the when he said like, obviously when I made this wish, everyone basically fell for me. Yet you, Sumeri, have not fallen for me yet. You don't want to kiss me right now. It's kind of weird. And so he's like, since you don't want to kiss me, I have now deducted that there are limits to what the Desire Grand Prix can grant people. and I think, aside, like, not only is this him trying to cope, but this is also him testing the limits of what they'll do. Like, okay, yeah. Will you really grant my wish? Be my family then. Do it.
It does seem like that, like, she was like, oh, wait, why are we allowing this? And the Game Master's like, yeah, sure. So it does seem like they can just do it. There's not, like, a limit, but I don't know. I don't think you can... I do wonder if you can deny a wish. That'd be interesting if they bring that up at some point.
That would be so fucking fun. Imagine Kawa finally wins and they're just like, no.
Nah, sorry, buddy.
World Peace
We're actually the villains the whole time.
World Peace is kind of lame.
What was that? What else was I gonna say? I also was wondering. I think I said this is kind of the same vein, but I do wonder if there's like a genuine limit to what they can, because she's like, oh, we have to remake this world. So I'm curious what like the extent they can go is like. Well, I guess that's the point of Ace, but I don't know. I do wonder if there's going to be... Or who's making the wish? Like, how are they doing it? I think that's a better question.
Hey, yo, before the world...
We'll probably find out.
Hey, yo, before the world is reset, does anyone want to admit they have a crush on me?
Ace be like, come on, Samir, you know you want to say it. No.
It's like, alright, yeah, you'll really grant any wish then? Be in my house.
Yup.
I wonder. That makes me really wonder. Since we saw Ace in like a normal ass suit, I guess after the reset, does the previous wish go away? Is he not famous no more?
I don't know, cause even like, you know, he still was famous the last couple episodes, but it kind of went away to an extent. So I wonder if it's just kind of like. I don't know, you can get used to a famous person. Like, it's not like, you know, like, it's gonna be like,
Like, does he still have his 5 houses that he had Buffa's men build?
I do wonder that. So, I think that is a good question if the wish does go away. I feel like it wouldn't, because then what would be the point? But then again, what would also be the point if the previous wish remained when the winner of the new one makes it?
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like it's gonna be a thing of like the previous wish has to go away, so you know winners can really feel like they earned it. But what happens if one guy keeps winning? I think
it could go both ways. Either the previous wish stays, or you know it just replaces. I think it'd be odd, a little bit if it replaced. Because what if you wish for like. Say I wanted like 50 gallons of water, right? But then you win, and then you go, oh, I want a PS5. I lose my 50 gallons of water because you want a PS5? That's not really fair. They're not really the same thing.
I think it'd be really funny if... I want to see what happens if someone was like when they get their wish card and they write some shit down like, I wish for whatever the guy to my left wrote down. like something like that. I wish for whatever Ace wants.
If I was in this, you know, and if I didn't die, right? That's what I would do. I'd just be like, I want whatever Ace wants.
Whatever Ace wants. He's probably wants something crazy. I want that.
That'd be funny. I kind of hope they do that. Just, I want whatever I want what K wants. World Peace, that was worthless.
I feel like we might see the limits of what they can actually grant with another character. Like, what if Buffa actually wins one and he's like, "Yeah, give me a final form so I can be stronger than all commoners," and they're just like, that would give you an advantage in the game. No.
You know, I do wonder though. Like, is his wish going to change now because of what happened? Or do you think he's still going to be just a straight out hater for everybody?
I think maybe that's going to be his arc of just like, damn, I don't really care about like killing Ace, so like, what do I do with my life now? Because his whole thing, like his whole mentality, as we saw in his backstory, is just, I go to work for my money, I do nothing, I go home, I don't care about anything. Like he's very weird. He's a little bit of a weird man.
He's just like me, for real.
Well, what's interesting to me, I wonder what Nago's gonna wish for, because like Nago's been kind of having her little arc the entire like 10 episodes of just like, now I want unconditional, I want my family love, I want real family. I wonder if she's gonna wish for the same thing or like something more specific.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be I don't know. I just kind of hope her character doesn't become stagnant, and just like her thing the entire show is just true love, in which, like, I understand, realistically that's how being in an abusive household works, but like I don't know. I hope she just gets out of it soon and then has something else with her character.
Yeah, it did kind of seem like at the end she was like, well, I wonder, because Ace was like, stick to your ideals and you'll succeed. So I wonder how that's gonna go.
I think that my biggest question is Keiwa still gonna wish for world peace? Like I feel like him getting lied to a bunch of times isn't enough for that to change, but like now he's a bit more like self-sacrificial. And I wonder if that's gonna factor into anything. In general, I just can't wait to see where this cast goes next. Like, even if this episode felt a little bleh,
did you also feel like it felt blah? I didn't ask. What do you think?
In my opinion, I think it's it just felt like an episode. Like we were waiting to see the finale for this round for like a couple weeks now, which is which makes you really wonder about like rewatching this, because I say it with Saber all the time of how I started to like it. Saber is so much better on the binge than it was watching it weekly, because shit really just dragged out weekly than it was of just like, okay, I finished this episode, now I'm gonna go to the next one.
That is why
and I feel like
I didn't like Saber a lot while it was airing.
I feel like like that kind of ideal or like just feeling that way. I feel like that's kind of applying to the final round for me, of just like, it's like, sure, it's only been 3 episodes, but like it's been 3 weeks. Like I was waiting for this shit to end.
I think after this one they're gonna start speeding it up. I feel that, especially with we're getting the upgrade soon by like the end of next month, so I think it is gonna pick up.
So yeah, like I do think this episode was a bit of a lame conclusion, because obviously we knew what was gonna happen. Ace was gonna win somehow, some way. We didn't know how, but he was gonna achieve it. Everyone else is gonna lose. It's gonna be just average. Ace says, "Oh man, here comes the highlight," and then he saves the day. I feel like this
episode again.
I feel like this episode. It's kind of. It feels like a. How would I describe it? It feels like an in between. Like, I feel like the hype of the final round. Kind of like
an anticlimax.
I like the hype of the final round. I feel like was at its peak with Tycoon Ninja, and now that we were absolutely sure Keiwa wasn't gonna win in any way, shape, or form, we're like, okay, yeah, now it's gonna be Ace. And so now it's just like the expectations for anything, for like a twist or something, has been dropped. So we have this episode to kind of serve as the in between of like, okay, yeah, this has to happen before we can get to new stuff, to new stories. And so now it's gone. It's done. It's over and done.
I will say, I didn't like how they just kind of went, oh yeah, we didn't kick the can right, or whatever it was. That didn't really make any sense. You guys kicked it. I
don't get it either. It felt very weird. But it landed. You're supposed to kick it into space, like.
And it's not like if they had said the area expanded after, or like during the initial fight with them kicking it, I would have been like, all right, okay. But the area expanded after the fact. So unless the idea was that you kick it out of the area.
The area was expanding as they kicked it. That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. So if the idea, if it's how it's supposed to go, right, they kick it out of the area and then the boss, dies or whatever. Okay, fine. They win that way. But, like, what was the difference now? The boss left the area when they kicked the can? I actually don't remember what happened, to be honest with you. It kind of...
Yeah, like, in my opinion, I feel like the final round, the final round, we swear this time it's the final one. It just, it felt too much of a drag, in my opinion. Like, it felt a little bit dragged on while we already know how it's gonna end. Like, there wasn't gonna be any real twist. But now it's just, because, I don't know. What am I thinking about? Like, this is here solely to just get us hyped for the next round. I think that's how I feel.
A little bit.
Because like, oh man, Punk Jack, and what did Ace wish for? Oh my god, what did Ace wish for? What's gonna be all the new Grand Prix guys? Which I am excited. I'm very much excited for this week's episode. I can't wait to see all the guys playing again.
We're actually on break this week.
Damn it! What are we gonna talk about? Dawn Brothers?
Might be time.
Decker? Are we whipping out Decker?
Can we whip out Decker? I'm in the mood.
You know what? Tell us in the comments if anyone would like to comment. Dawn Brothers or Decker, or maybe I'll do a Twitter poll.
We didn't get comments. Did we get comments the last time?
I don't know. I've been lazy. I haven't been checking. I've been lacking a little bit. I'll do a community post. I'll do a Twitter poll. I'm so glad I actually have
the Twitter poll would get hits.
It would.
Should we make a Twitter account for the podcast?
Should we do a Runaway Toku Twitter account?
Should we do it?
Dylan doesn't have a Tokusatsu World Tour account, god damn it.
I thought they did.
Did they? I'm sorry, Dylan, if you're listening to this while you're sitting down, Baby Rex, tell us in the comments. Yeah.
I don't know. Does he still listen to these? We stopped calling him old.
We stopped calling him. Fuck you, Dylan. This is the Dylan check.
Yeah, fuck you.
This is the Dylan check.
Yeah, Dylan, if you're still here,
I better see.
This is the cordial invite.
I better get mentioned on Twitter at 1 a.m. saying, "Wow, the guys on College Boy Taisen told me fuck you." and I'll stare at it with my tired smile and fall back asleep. But yeah, we'll figure out. Like, not only that, we'll have to figure out 2 topics, or just talk about Decker for like 2 hours. I don't know.
Hey, we got Black Sun.
We do have Black Sun.
Why do you think I said, I'll watch it Saturday? Because Superhero Time isn't on.
Damn, what am I gonna do this Saturday? I've been too dedicated to this shit. I get my life back.
I'm looking forward to the break. I'm looking forward to the little break.
Nah, man, why did I say Dawn Brothers too? Dawn Brothers not gonna be on this week. Oh god. Yeah, let's fucking do Decker. God damn, we're doing Decker next week. Try tune in next time.
Yes.
How many episodes is Decker in right now? I haven't watched it episode 2.
Oh, buddy. Hold on, I'm looking. I think it's like 16 or 17.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, we're doing Decker next week.
Yes, finally. No one understands how much I've wanted to talk about this show.
I heard it's very good. Like I from a lot of Ultra fans have been saying that this year's been a really good content year for them.
You know how I like everything I watch pretty much for the most part.
You love Decker.
I actually really like Decker. I was pleasantly surprised.
I was enjoying the first 2 episodes. I hear like it only goes up from there.
It actually, no, that's actually a perfect description. It actually does only go up, which is impressive for an Ultra show, I feel.
Maybe it'll be the first Ultra show I actually stick through. The last time.
Hey, if you're catching up to like episode 16 or 17, you might as well.
The last time it was Geat, and I watched that thing all the way through, and I haven't watched a full one since. So maybe Decker could be the one.
We're gonna watch Decker, and then we're gonna finally do the Nexus watch through.
Yeah, yeah. I'm putting my money down. I'm making I got to tell my PFP I'm making a promise.
Thank you. I'll make a promise too because it's also Toma.
Yeah, cause something like that.
I don't know. We can't do
Jacob, that. I have a confession.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I gotta get in my priest robes.
I have a confession.
That wasn't bad. That was terrible, actually.
I have a confession to make, Jacob.
What is it?
Even though we've been talking for the past 35 minutes about Covenant,
you haven't been recording.
No. I have been. That would have been the scariest. That would have been the scariest.
I would have cried.
Even though we have been recording. For
let me just. All right, good. I'm still
recording. Even though we've been recording for the past 35 minutes about Covenant Geats episode 9.
What's the bad? Is there bad news?
I didn't watch it.
What?
I didn't watch it.
Why? What do
you mean? I'm not. I can't even lie up here and say I was busy. No, I procrastinated so hard. Like,
have you
I've been bullshitting for the past half hour. Of course, I saw the Raw with you guys, but like. But like me, like I don't know. I just wasn't really that motivated to watch this up because like the episode was just mad.
Behind the scenes on the CBT for a minute. I asked you. You had a nice 2 hours, buddy. What was the dealio? Just wondering. I don't care. It's actually funny as hell.
I didn't. I promise. When we talk about Decker next week, I will have seen the show.
You're gonna be like, I read the wiki.
I know. I'll be like, Jacob, I know we've been talking for the past hour and a half, but I actually haven't watched a single episode of this show.
I actually rewatched Geats by the time we started talking, Jacob.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
all right, you know what? This is fair. This makes up for me not wanting to watch the rest of Black Sun.
This is the true attest to how meh I think this week's episode was, because after watching the Raw, I didn't really care to watch the subs.
If it makes you feel any better, actually, I don't know how this would make you feel any better, but I continuously watch Dawn Brothers Raw, even though I'd never watch it subbed afterwards.
Me too. I watch it with you and Peter every week, and I'm like, that was good, Dawn Brothers for the week, and I don't think about it until next week.
I got a nice little batch of 3 episodes to watch. I don't know why. I kind of enjoy watching them in batches. It's fun.
But yeah,
that's hilarious.
I hate you. By the next time we talk about Geats, I swear I will have watched this episode and then I'll watch the sub for the next one. I didn't have the motivation to watch this week. I did not have the motivation in my soul.
So, Ghia, do tell me, where did that motivation lie in your soul?
That's where I was going with this transition. I did not watch Geats, I did watch Kishu Ryu Sentai Ryusoulger, or as my funny little not cat website calls it, the Night Dragon Squadron Ryusoulger.
Preface. Ryusoulger is like my favorite Super Sentai. Or it's up.
Jacob is a Ryusoulger lover. I am a Dino Fury lover, but I have not seen Ryusoulger.
We are the perfect marriage.
Yes, we're two college boys.
Yeah, all right. I'll remember that.
We're two, can a Dino Fury girl really marry a Ryusoulger boy?
Can a Geats boy marry a Dino Fury girl?
I watched the first 4 episodes of Ryusoulger. I'll put that as the title. I watched the first 4 episodes of I was about to say Kamen Rider Ryusoulger. Of Kishu Sentai Ryusoulger.
That would be the best Kamen Rider season. Dinosaur Knights? Who?
I will admit, the first time I tried to watch the show 2 different times. Both of them, I thought it was... And my apologies, Jacob. Super fucking boring.
You want me to be... You want the brass tacks?
Yeah, give me the brass tacks.
The beginning of Ryusoulger is quite boring. So that's why I kind of like... My brain just kind of recognizes like the last half as very good. To be honest with you. I'm exposing myself, actually. But like, I find the beginning of it was incredibly boring.
But hey, in my opinion... It is not as boring as the first half of Lupat.
Hey, yeah, screw Lupat!
I will not, like... Lupat is the season I've watched the most of, that as in a Sentai I finished, and I still think it's one of the most boring things I've ever seen. And I'm lucky, like, I actually enjoyed the first 4 episodes. I am right before... Bamba gets his Kishiryu. He found it at the end of the episode. He's like, my Zord.
Mill Needle.
You know...
I gotta fight Tank Joe.
0 out of 10, though, because he didn't find it using his Ranger energy. See,
Ranger energy.
If he played music, it would raise his Ranger energy.
I don't know. Bamba, I don't know. Bamba's got the looks over Chance, I feel.
Do you not remember the character name?
It's Javi. I just felt like saying Chance to be a hater.
Hi, Chance Perez. I know you're an avid listener.
Hi, Chance Perez. Just like Don Cheadle is. When was that? What was that? Was that episode 0 or episode 1 I said that?
The real ones will know which episode that is.
I'm not a real one, clearly.
Honestly, watching these first 4 episodes have really put into perspective how different it is from Dino Fury. Like, I knew it was really different, but like, wow. Wow.
You can, no, I actually gotta commend, I guess it is commending or complimenting, but I like how Dino Fury restructured a little bit of the beginning to like give focus to Ollie and
they had to do that, and it's really funny. But like the time they use like Toa's first fight scene, like with the Ryusoulgers, with the fight against the fish dude with the water guns, and he was competing with Ko.
Yeah.
Like by that time they used that in Dino Fury, they were just a part of the team. So it's just let's go, Izzy, yeah. And dude,
was that the episode like where Fran was hurt? I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember now. I don't know. I do remember what you're talking about, though. I think they did use that a little bit later in Dino Fury.
Yeah. I think the biggest change that they did that kind of surprises me is just whenever they do use Ryusoulger footage in Dino Fury and they have to work... How do I phrase this? Because I don't think they really work around it, but they kind of...
They cut a lot out of Ryusoulger footage.
They adapt... in some scenes where they use stock footage, they adapt Zato to be more fun, so it's a bit more in line with Ko. Because he is like, I am a hardened, solid Dinosaur Knight, Rafconian Knight, and I have trauma with me. And then I'll be like, did he handle the heat right back at me?
I talked about this on Twitter a little bit today, and I was talking about it with a friend of mine about we were actually talking about Zato as an example, but like it is very difficult, I think, especially now with modern Sentai, to like get the PR characters to match the personality in the suit. I think it's interesting.
I think the only really characters that show difficulty with Dino Fury and Ryusoulger is just Ko and maybe Bamba, because I feel like for the most part,
everyone else works.
Melto and Asuna don't. They have personalities, but I don't think they don't actors,
show through the suit.
Yeah, the suit actors don't really bring that through that much. And like Asuna and Amelia are kind of, but like they're similar enough to where it works. And like Ollie and Melto, like I guess, are the smart ones, except Ollie's just an asshole. So I
think Ollie and Melto are. not like a perfect 1-to-1, but you get what I mean when I say that. Like it works out really well. Yeah. I feel.
You see, Melto would be better if Melto just like hated everything Asuna stood for.
Yeah, he actually would. Honestly, he's kind. You want me? He's actually. You know what's funny? He's my least favorite character in Ryusoulger, but
thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh God, I was so scared to say it because I knew he has his fans. This blue-haired guy does nothing for me.
I don't think he's not even like. The problem is like everyone else is better than him. The
first time I tried to watch the show, I think I got up to like episode 8, and by that time, Bamba and Toa are on the team, and I was under the impression like basically Melto's like the team strategist and the smart one, but when Bamba joins the team, he just starts doing that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what does Melto do?
I feel like they lampshade that at some point because I think there's him and I don't know if it's around when you like episode 8, but a little bit later, him and like Melto and Tiramigo have like this like not like a rivalry, but like they're not like buddies, and like Tiramigo always insults him, and I think he actually points that out, like you don't do anything, and he keeps like getting his name wrong. It's actually pretty funny. And Tiramigo's just great. I love Tiramigo. My best friend.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll love Melto more when the season goes on, but like, I enjoy him now when Bamba's not a part of the team, so he actually gets to have plans. But like after that, I think he's gonna drop for me.
I actually don't. I like This is a weird thing to bring up, but I actually kind of like the dynamic setup in Ryusoulger where it's like. The main three, Bamba and Toa, are literally, no matter what, they always do their own thing pretty much. No matter like the situation, they're just kind of on their own. And then, Canelo comes in later, and like he kind of joins the main three as like a fourth ranger, but like, it is a team of 6. I just think the dynamic's very interesting. And they do get closer as the season goes on, but I don't know, I like how they set it up.
And for me,
it's like a weird version of Go Onger.
Something about this, which I've been keeping in mind the entire time I've been watching it. If anyone ever talks to me like on calls, whenever I talk about my relationship with Sentai, of how I've just like Sentai is hard to watch for me because it's so episodic, and the way the writing is structured a majority of the time makes me really uninterested in the characters, or disinterested in them because they feel one note a lot of the time. And anyone who also knows me without a conversation also knows that every time I say, and that's why Dawn Brothers is making me care about Sentai again. because Dawn Brothers writes his character in a certain way, write their characters in a certain way where like all of them really feel like they have importance and they feel fleshed out, except for Sorry Brother, but I kind of like him for that. But like
I think that's the point.
Yeah,
he's just kind of been there, done that.
That's what I was gonna say. Like Sorry Brother's a weirdo, and that's just kind of him. And like I love how 3-dimensional, how real the characters feel. And me with like, even though I love stuff like Q Ranger, like ToQger, Die Ranger, I feel like a majority of other Sentai doesn't really do that because one, Inoue is just weird. Inoue writes shit in his thing, but it's just it's hard for me to enjoy other Sentai because I really feel like the characters feel a bit more flat. And so far, I don't feel like that when on my Ryusoulger watch. I like Ko.
I was worried you were gonna be like.
Yeah, you thought all of this is just built up to like these characters fucking suck.
Because I asked a minute ago, like a while ago, like a couple years ago, what's like everybody's problem with Ryusoulger, and a lot of them were like a lot of people said, the characters are just kind of flat. And I was like,
and I honestly, as of right, I don't think I fully agree, but I can see it. Because
I can see it. I don't know. I really do like the cast.
Like I like Ko. I like Ko's like.
I was really hoping you would like Ko.
I guess it's weird. I can't say he's like every other Red because I haven't seen a majority of other Reds because I don't watch Sentai. But I don't know. When I think about a Sentai Red, Ko's kind of like the first thing I think about, and I can't tell if like to me. If that's my brain going, I think he's generic, or I just think he's like run of the mill. Because he's what I expect. He stands up there. He's like, "Oh man, limits need to be broken." Other generic phrases from RPGs.
Hey, I like when he says that.
I'm really feeling it.
Nah, you don't
get the joke. Asuna. I don't feel a lot of things about Asuna. Like she's just there. She's like, guys, I like to eat food. I'm strong. She's basically Chie from Persona 4. But I like Chie.
Not gonna lie, she gets like her actress is fantastic. Like she puts her foot.
She is
in this stuff.
She is great. I will admit, like, even if I think they at the current moment, she's met, but her actor puts enough energy into the role where I like her anyways. You know.
And Ryusoulger improves as you watch it. I don't think it ever gets worse. I don't think it ever does.
Like at this point, I feel like I'm just like kind of waiting for, I guess, the team to come together. Because that's how I feel like the show might go. Of just like, once the team is together, then their personalities will get more. And like, okay, yeah, I'll wait for that.
I think pretty much. I would say that's kind of how it goes. Because, you know, everyone starts to build off each other as there's more interactions with.
I do like Bamba. Bamba, like his episode where Toa gets Tiger Lance, and he's like with the dad, and he's like, the most important thing ever is family, like some Vin Diesel shit. But like, I like. It really feels like he's holding some stuff in him, and I'm excited to see where that goes with him.
Speaking on Toa, how do you feel about him, like, in general, and like, I guess to a bigger extent, like comparison to, like, you know, Izzy? Izzy Mania.
I don't think he'll ever top Izzy in my heart. Sadly, I'm sorry to say.
Oh, I didn't expect them to. It's just
Izzy is a fan favorite for basically half the Power Rangers community, and I'm part of that half. But I like him. I know this happened to Peter. I don't know if Peter ever realized it, but like, this is basically like Ren for Sentai. He's the little shit green guy who's like, fuck you, I'm better than the red.
I remember a lot of people wanted a Ryusoulger and Saber team up. I was one of them. That would have been so good. What was I gonna say?
I guess, I don't know. I remember Toa just being brought up a lot when it came to Ren, the discussion of Ren.
This is a tangent, but I remember one time on Twitter, I was talking to August, and I said something bad about Izzy, and then like August was like, "Oh, you like Toa," and then like one of August's friends was like, "Oh, these guys are having a mid-off," and I thought that was the funniest thing I thought that was so funny with the argument. I was like, "Damn, you're right. It is a mid-off."
I love both of them. TBH. Of course, I love Izzy. I have a favorite child. It's Dino Fury, but like, I don't hate this show. Which I feel like a lot of people kind of assume that about me, that I like hated this show because I love Dino Fury. Which, like, I guess that's just how it is on Togo Twitter. You can't like something without bringing down something else.
It. I just never like. Actually, I don't think I've ever asked what you thought about it. I don't think I ever did.
Whenever someone asks me about it, I just like, I just think it's boring. Like, I don't think it's bad. I just think it's boring. But now I'm rewatching it, and
What made you want to watch it again?
I don't know. I just think I've been thinking about Dino Fury a lot, and I've been like, I can't lie. For a while, certain people made me not want to watch Ryusoulger.
Sorry, my fault.
But it's just like, I don't know. I left a bad taste in my mouth, and situations happen every then. Like I won't get into it now because this is not the place for it. But like, basically everything was just Dino Fury versus Ryusoulger. Every time that popped up on Twitter is like a controversy or a conversation, and I'm just like, well, all of that's over now. Like, for now, everything is quiet because of course Dino Fury's over. They're back in production.
True. We get Cosmic Fury versus Q Ranger next year.
Yeah, they're back in production doing whatever. People will shut up about it for a while. Everything's died down, and like all of that.
Simon Bennett's off. Simon Bennett's actually back on Twitter.
All of that toxicity and stuff is kind of it's kind of stopped leaving a bad taste in my mouth. So I was like, all right, you know, I will give it a chance.
The dust is settled.
Yep. Like it's time to give it a chance now that everything has calmed down.
I like that. I'm happy for you.
And I'm very happy to say that, like, now that all that shit is kind of over for now, I hope it never really comes back. But now it's over. I enjoy it. It doesn't make me super happy like it does for other people, but like whenever an episode ends, I will have a smile on my face.
Hearing the song.
Well, which I admit, I talk about this whenever it does come to Ryusoulger and how I felt about it. Whenever I do call it boring, I always preface it by saying, I don't know if I'd say all of the modern Sentai, but like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, for the sake of this, I will. Out of all the modern Sentai, I think it has downright the best aesthetics. Which makes me really sad that I found the show, like, I'm so sad I found the show boring, because like everything from the suits, from the fights to the mechs to the OST, the roll call, like
I knew I love College Boy Taisen.
The opening, oh the god, the opening visuals, like everything
keep going.
Everything surrounding this show, inside and out, is so awesome, and I just felt bad that I didn't care for it. Like, but that's something I could always appreciate about the show. Like, even if I found it boring at first, I could always, like, just hands down admit this show had the best aesthetics.
I don't even know what to you hit that. I love Knights, right? This is the Jacob rant for a minute. I adore Knights. So much so I made a Knight Kamen Rider fanfic, right? But that's besides the point. So when they announce, hey, we're doing a Knight Sentai, I'm over the moon. Then they're like, oh, it's going to be dragons. All right, fine, whatever. But then it's like, nope, dinosaurs. And they post the first cat. Remember when we got catalog scans?
I do remember the first poster coming out.
They're so cool looking. Sure,
I wasn't in the fandom.
Your color scheme.
I wasn't in the fandom at the time, like interacting, but I do. I was still a fan, so I saw the leaks and stuff.
But they're everything about this show is gorgeous.
I will admit, like, even though it was Kyoryuger color scheme, even down to the 6th, I think this one does it better. I love the Kyoryuger suits. I absolutely adore Kyoryuger's aesthetics, but I think this show does it better.
I agree. I think if I had to rank the Dino Sentais in terms of aesthetics alone.
Honestly, I think this show has the best Dino suits. Like, I know
I would go.
A lot of people like Aba Ranger / Dino Thunder, but I think this show's better.
I would go Ryusoulger, Aba Ranger.
And then there's.
I think I'd go Kyoryuger over Zoo Ranger. I think I would, but that is a tough decision, just because I think the Zoo Ranger designs are honestly perfect. They really are. Like, there's nothing bad about them, to be completely honest with you.
They are simplistic and iconic.
Exactly. And, you know, you could be like, oh, that's MMPR. Of course it's MMPR. But still, they are... There's a reason they picked them to be MMPR, you know? So I respect it completely. But,
like...
No,
Yeah, the aesthetics of this show are so cool. Like, when I saw the roll call for the first time, I was just like, wow! Like they had, like... Then not only it's an excellent use of
better roll call than Dino Fury.
I've admitted that since day one, but I didn't want you to make me say it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll plug, even though it would take like me scrolling back in my account, but I stated it multiple times on my actual account of just.
I do actually remember.
I really wish they did.
I actually remember seeing the video you're talking about.
Yeah, I really wish they did use the original roll call, because I didn't feel like it would have been like that far of a stretch for Dino Fury's aesthetics.
Can I level with you for a second?
Mm-hmm. Tell me.
I love the sound effects in Ryusoulger. I hate that they just didn't keep a voice in the Dino. I know this is a kind of I'm not trying to like keep talking about Dino Fury. I'm really not. It just kind of happens because like who you are and who I am, right?
Yeah.
But like, how do you get? I'm not saying keep the same voice, but like, how do you just go from soul, to beep, 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 whatever it was, you know? I'm not saying it was that, but you get what I mean, for the sake of the argument. That is one thing. That's actually all modern PR, to be honest with you, since Dino Charger, actually, that there's just been no voice.
Dino Charger,
and I think that's sorely missing. Yeah, like, that's a little something, but it's still a voice, you know, and I appreciate it. But I think they missed the mark not having, like, any voice call-outs in the swords, you know?
Freeze soul, like, or freeze key.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be that, but you know what I mean. It's just how do you not do the? It's cool. The sword chomps.
Yeah, I wish they used the roll call, and I know people are really big on, like, I hate modern Power Rangers Zord cockpits, and I understand they all look the same. They all look very uninspired in design and boring. But
I say you don't like the mirrors.
No, I was saying I was gonna say I'm indifferent to that, or I'm indifferent to modern PR cockpits, because I mostly don't care. Because for me, as long as I like the show, I will not care. Like I love Dino Fury. The cockpit is cool, but it is really crazy to me that Simon. Don't quote me on this because my memory is shaking up.
Don't get me started.
My memory is shaking up. What he said
about this cockpit.
Didn't he say, like, yeah?
He said he didn't like how it looked.
We could have used the cockpits, but we didn't like how that looked. And I was like, damn, he is smoking something. Like, that is crazy. Like, they look so cool.
He didn't call it ugly. I feel like he did, but I don't know if he did. If I can find the screenshot, I'll send it to you.
I just don't understand it, because, like, wouldn't that save you time recording in your unique cockpit by just using that?
My thing with the American cockpits, it's just that it's just the same thing. Like, it's just Rangers stand in a grayish box, and they do the kung fu moves. And, like, I get Ryusoulger,
yeah, they do.
The mirrors are what make Ryusoulger stand out.
They do that too in Ryusoulger cockpits, but, like, it's different. Yes, it's aesthetically different.
The mirrors are
in my opinion,
the mirrors are pleasing. In my
opinion, the mirrors and lights would have fit more with Dino Fury's, like, chromatic weird aesthetic than whatever they did.
Yeah, and it's like I look at Ryusoulger a little bit like as a. I don't want to call it a modern Ginga Man, but Ryusoulger does feel like a bit of a Ginga Man-esque show. Like, those cockpits are basically Ginga Mans, with having the podium and everyone being separate and, like, the walls. Like, it really is.
The parts that are cool to me when they're talking each other in, like, the Megazord formations, and, like, you can see the reflections of the other Rangers in their cockpits.
Yes. This is a spoiler a little bit, but there's a point way later where they're all six of them and they are in the mirror room together, and it is so cool. And it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go with a gray box. I don't know. And not to keep harping on PR, because I really don't want to, but, like, it's been the same thing. It's been the same thing, like, every season aside from Beast Morphers.
I wish they used the roll. I wish they used the roll call. I think that's my biggest thing. Because I really love the Ryusoulger roll call. Like, it is the suit actors look really cool when doing their little poses. The green screen doesn't look atrocious. In fact, it looks fantastic. The CGI looks great there. Like, it all comes together, and it's an amazing roll call.
Ryusoulger has some really good like VFX work, especially for the attacks. I love how, like, they're
oh yeah, when it goes, you know,
like the swords.
Dino Slat, like in the first episode with Ko doing his thing.
I love that. They keep getting so much better. It's really, I don't know. It's just aesthetically pleasing. It's great.
I also just, like, again, like I said, everything basically about this show is so pleasing and cool. And a big part of that for me is the OST. They have this one track, and I feel like you know the one that plays whenever, like, something cool happens. No, it's like whenever something cool happens, it's just like bum 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 bum.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I'd have to get this. I know the sword plays a couple. Actually, hang on. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
It's just I really love that track. Like, it does such a good job at having that kind of, like, medieval knight aesthetic.
Okay. Hang on.
Even though they're in, like, modern times and stuff.
Hang on, where is it? Ah, fuck, wait. Alright, it's not picking it up, hang on. That's the theme song. Why does my mic refuse to pick that up? That's so lame. It's like a dan. Is it like that?
Yeah.
Or is it like the bump 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 bump? Is it like that one?
It plays the first time Ko gets the Kishiryu, like in the episode 1.
I think I know. It's one of those two. It's one of those two OSTs. No, but the OSTs are so good.
And
they
also,
really are.
I usually am a sucker for tokusatsu opening visuals, and I think that like Ryusoulger's is amazing. I love they have so many cool shots that I can talk about for like another hour. Like I really love the one that that plays during the Battle Road lyric of like them just like standing in like in front of a medieval castle.
So good.
It is cool, and like it's interesting too. Like they have really interesting shots. And I'm just like, wow, I wonder how they really came up with this. Like the one of it's like them at like on but with a black background all attacking together. And it's like, but they're on a sword, and the sword zooms out, and it's them again.
Yes, and it goes into Kishiryu too. It's so,
it's so cool.
I love the I love the shot in the opening when it's all of them screaming, and then it cuts to
I really do.
Has them cuts.
I really like that one. I also really like just. Like the opening shot as a whole of the outlines, the glowy outlines of them and then their
yes,
Kishiryu, which they used in the Dino Fury trailer.
They used the roll call footage in that trailer.
Yeah, I'm so mad about that. Even though I love Dino Fury, baby, I love you, but like, come on, do better.
You're teasing us.
That's
really funny because that's in that same trailer they use the shot of Ko by himself with the Zords, and then in the show they had like all 5 of them edited in, which is actually kind of cool to be honest. That was actually a really neat edit that they pulled off there, but like it's funny that it was in the trailer.
Oh my god, they hit the other Rangers. I guess I can talk about something I alluded to on Twitter. I was saying I was going to talk about here. He hasn't shown up yet, but where I am. But,
damn it!
I like to do my thing where I like to guess the themes of a show, like from the start of like, okay, is the rest of the show going to be in line with this, or is it going to be like something else entirely that I guessed wrong? And I feel like I kind of have it. I feel like I got it.
Mm-hmm.
My guess of what the theme is basically that meme. that's been it was kind of popular for one day because of someone on Toku Twitter, but it's just like the whole thing of the existential dread of the universe when the indomitable human spirit walks in. I feel like that's basically the theme of this show. Of just no matter what the universe throws at us, the human spirit can do fucking anything.
Actually, it would be the Ryusoulger tribe spirit.
Yeah, and the indomitable night soul.
Yeah, basically. That's that's pretty much it.
Like and
for the most part.
It's
funny. There's a lot of limit breaking too.
It's funny to me because not only that, but the monsters, the Minosaurs, they literally run off of the indomitable human spirit. They drain it out of people.
They kind of. I remember, this is a little bit of a tangent, but I remember when the show was first starting, it was kind of like a rider type of monster. Like, it was different for Sentai to, like, have, like, a monster directly affect, like, or have, like, a victim of the week, like...
Yeah, like Bugsters or stuff, like... They're basically... They felt like Bugsters in a way.
Actually, that reminds me. There is an infamous episode, big air quotes, of...
Is that the one the Disney Brain talked about?
Yes, it's the one Disney Brain talked about.
So yeah, like, it was literally, like, episode 4.
It was like episode 2 or something.
I forget. I think it was episode 4 because that was like Toa and Bomba's big thing.
Oh yeah, they wanted to kill her, and then like
honestly,
whatever.
That scene is kind of what made me like affirm my thoughts of what the theme was, because the whole thing is like you is just like, man. I'm friends with you guys, and you guys are so much cool. You guys are like dinosaur knight things that kill monsters, and I'm just like a little piece of shit streamer on YouTube that's doing nothing with my life. And like the monster is like draining my life force. And like the guys that just came earlier in the episode said if I died, everything would be better. Basically, I mean that makes it sound like they were way harsher than they were. But like, they came in and said if I died, the monster would go away. Because the monster is tied to me, so I just think it'd be better if I died and the world would be a better place. Basically, it's crazy how they... I gotta give this to Ryusoulger, which I know the whole controversy, I guess, is that it wasn't treated with nuance. But like, she basically said the world would be better without me without saying it.
I never... Maybe I'm biased, but it's also, you know, I also admitted I wasn't really paying attention too heavily in the start of the show, but like
it's so crazy how they basically snuck that line in.
Yeah,
it's just like wow, like
how is it not handled well?
Like it like
I feel like it's handled pretty well.
I feel like if it was handled where she would have like just outright said like the writers would have looked up what do people who want to kill themselves say, and just basically write that into the script. Like no. It's handled. I
think if it was worse handled, she would have actually tried to do it too.
Well, she did try to do it. Like in my opinion,
I don't remember.
Yeah, Asuna stopped her, and they're in her whole the whole thing is just like. Without directly saying it, she speaks out her feelings, her mind, her worries about everything, and it's not just like if. You know, I'll say what I always like to say when it comes to 01 and stuff. Thank you, 01, for always being bad, so I can use you. It felt like the writers cared. like when it was written, it felt like the writers gave a fuck. Like they realized that they're dipping their toes into something serious, and they cared. They really cared.
I don't want to. Do I say from personal experience on this case? I guess I do. Personal experience, people do talk like that, so like I think they handled it well.
I feel like it's a little. I don't want to start drama. Like, if you have this opinion, I don't just know I'm saying this for the sake of our podcast and discussion. Okay, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck because this is a show about dinosaur knights. And
the indomitable human spirit.
Yeah, I think it's a little insensitive to say it's not handled well, because I feel like it's like I feel if you say that, I don't know, either you've had a limited experience with this, which I hope you do. It's a scary thing to handle and deal with, but just like you aren't that knowledgeable, like you aren't that educated about this.
In the podcast.
It's.
Unfortunately,
it's nuanced.
I don't want to. That makes me sound like
it's very nuanced.
That makes me sound like I'm a know-it-all.
It's very nuanced, and anything could happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a personal experience, because I've if you know, you know. I'm not gonna say it on here. I don't think it's the place. But,
I love you, Jacob.
I know, but it's fine. They do it well. I don't really have a negative. I can't. It's a kid's show. It can be a little bit.
It's a very heartwarming episode too, and I think I was gonna actually talk about it earlier when we were talking about Asuna, but I think it's the scene that, like, even if I felt like her personality at the current moment was kind of meh, that scene made me love her character. That scene made me love Asuna. She is so sweet to Ui. She's so kind. She gives her like a nice little hug, and basically it's just like
shout out to Ui, by the way. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, rest in peace. I remembered that going in. It's just like
was so sad.
Especially watching that episode back. It's just like, god damn. And it's so sad because I think. Usually I don't care about Sentai side characters, or even writer side characters for that matter, TBH. But, like, She it's very clear that the actor loves her role and she loves playing it, and it's so sweet and it's so sad.
It's the whole thing is so sad. Whenever like, when they got back together for the little what was it? The Memory of Soulmates, like the little 15-minute movie they did. Like I felt so bad for them that they're coming together after losing her. Why did this podcast get so sad?
We at College Boy Taisen
we get real at we're sad boys.
Raw emotions. If you're going through tough stuff, just know that we love you.
Definitely. Maybe. I'm kidding. Sure. It depends on who you are.
Well, if you are a stranger, we hope the best for you. We hope everyone here has a good day. Or night.
Aside from Chris.
Or Chris. Yeah, Chris. Wait, Chris is a Ryusoulger fan too, isn't he? Yeah.
He was Ryusoulger. You're right.
Chris, I like the show now. Feel proud of me.
Chris. I got nothing.
You know what, Chris? Give us some interaction, Chris. Tell us in the comments what you love about Ryusoulger.
Tell us what we should be doing next week.
Yeah, that too. Tell us everything. Just tell us about how your whole day went. Honestly, just give it all in the comments.
Chris, can you get a computer so you can be on the podcast?
Get something.
Please get like a little iPad. I don't know, man.
We would love to have you on the show. If not, we're gonna have.
We
Peter.
Finally get Chris. We gotta. I think we peak when we have Chris on.
The day
it'll finally be the end of.
I was about to say that the day we have Chris is the day something on this show ends. But just
we got a lot of running stuff on the podcast now that I think about it.
That scene with Ui and Asuna is what kind of affirmed my idea of what the theme is of just. Even if you think, like, no matter what problems are thrown your way, and no matter what you think about yourself, we all have the ability to achieve shit because the indomitable human spirit and everything. And it's funny, the entire time moments like that happen in the show, I always referenced one tweet, and it was off that whole drama that some person made of just like, I wish Kamen Rider wouldn't always just be the power of friendship and humanity overcoming trials, and I want it to be darker. And someone had like a quote retweet of like, this person doesn't believe in humanity's ability to come together as a species and overcome the trials and tribulations of the universe. And I just kept saying that out loud every time something happened in the show, and I was laughing.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me of I've made a little joke about it earlier, but like the way like, they talk about limit, there's no limits, it really reminds me of Black Clover for a bit. I know you haven't seen it or know what it really, but the main character's whole thing is literally he screams he doesn't scream every 5 seconds, but like he screams a lot that he literally, this is where his limits will break. So like I just think it's a funny connection because it's like, yeah, break your limits. And then next season, Kira Major, they're like, no, we need to have limits. 60 seconds. Whatever it was. That was so funny in the crossover where the Ko was like, no, you need to break your limits. And then Judu's like, no, limits are there for a reason.
I love when different writers have different ideals and seasons.
Writers
with a T.
Rangers?
I said writer, not good like writer, as in someone who writes shows. God, why'd you name it that, Toei? This is stupid. What, you come here for 50 years? Change the name.
Yeah, they don't even fucking ride the bikes anymore.
Yeah, they're not riders. What do they even do? What do they? What else do they ride? Don't answer that. Man. No one else answer that.
I don't know. Ask Raya and
No.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Yeah,
sure. High five.
I just slapped my hands together. That was the high five.
You know what's funny to me? And it's funny because I mentioned earlier that like, I love Dawn Brothers and I love the character writing, even though it's just Inoue being weird. I heard from somewhere that Inoue said he would have loved to write Ryusoulger.
You're kidding me.
I don't know where I heard it from. Don't quote me. Don't someone can fact check that. But
sounds
apparently
like that would have been the greatest.
But apparently Inoue said he would have loved to have write Ryusoulger, and I'm really wondering about what would have happened if he did.
No, he probably wouldn't have. I don't know what happened with my boy. I don't know if I can go through that.
I feel like Kanalo would have been a crazier character. Even though I haven't gotten to him, I hope I love Kanalo. Because I've made it very clear that, like, Ion is, like, basically my favorite ranger of all time. And so, Kanalo's probably not going to be competition at all. But it's really saddening to me that apparently a lot of people dumb down his character like they do, like, Grease.
Dude, I hate how much, okay. This is, like, a weird hill to die on. But, like, people, like, call him creepy a lot. This is weird coming from me because I get no bitches, but besides the point. Like, whenever a girl tells him no, he immediately stops. Like, he's done. Like, he's upset about it, but he doesn't continue to pursue her. So I don't get the idea of, like, oh, he's creepy. Like, unfortunately, he's trying to repopulate his race. He kind of has to, hit on people. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. So I don't know. Maybe it's a weird thing to argue about, but I don't like how people just dumb him down to, oh, he's simping, or he is a simp, to be honest, but still. But, like, there's more to him than just, I love girls. Oh, girl rejected me. I need to be sad. No, he moves on. I think he didn't move on one time. I forget. It's been a minute.
But, The show feels very, very feel-good, in my opinion. At least with how it's starting. It feels like, even if it goes to a dark part, the whole thing will be, like, things will get better. And still optimism.
Yes.
I don't think it'll get to the point of Saber when it comes to feel-good shit. But, like, I like it.
Wait till you get to the Gysoulger arc.
That's where everyone tells me it gets good.
Look. If I changed my to this man, he has to be pretty good.
I mean, he's so good that Sentai for the past 3 years has been like, let's do that again.
Hey, it was Woolzard first. No, it wasn't. It was Gysoulger. Fuck Woolzard.
They're like, oh my god, it's so good. Let's do it again. Well, except Kiramager, but I guess people count that as Garza or something.
Let's make Stacy, but not good.
Let's do Stacy. Let's do Murasame.
Let's do a spider guy next year. I'm actually really excited if it is true.
A purple Spider-Man.
Nah, because that'll be me. That is mine. You're not taking that from me. I'm claiming this for the Jacob.
Will you change your to whatever he is?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can go that.
You can't give up. You can't give up Gysoulger.
Okay. What is Jacob without @Gysoulger?
For real.
Like, I'd lose the Gysoulger impact.
The Gysoulger impact seems pretty crazy. I can't wait to get to it. I hear not as quite a guy.
Nada is my favorite Sentai character.
And I
steep competition.
I don't know if he'll stack up to Tarek, but
I know you're joking, but like, it's not funny, man.
I love Tarek.
Some people actually believe that.
I love Tarek, but he seems cool. I can't wait to see how that stuff goes into Ryusoul Max.
Psycho Battle.
I think I have seen Psycho Battle.
I love Psycho Battle.
That's where Gysoulger shows up, and they have the weird thing of different people being Gysoulger.
Yeah, and then Adam's him, and that. Remember when they adapted it for Power Rangers?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They turned.
Troy
was Gysoulger for a bit.
Yeah, and Brody was there, and he was like, "Oh, this is epic."
And then Cosmic Fury Orange came from the future.
Oh yes!
And they had some.
And they had the Lightning Express Pink Ranger.
Yeah. It was such a fun time. I can't believe it. Can't believe they gave Brody a jacket.
What?
And then they fought against Cops Guy. They fought against the future SPD Ranger.
Oh my god. Wait, you mean the Space Patrol Alpha?
Space Patrol Alpha, yeah, Adam's guy.
Now we're just talking about nothing now.
It's okay, because at the end of the day, I will probably just get off call after this and go watch more Ryusoulger, like people want me to. And I'll finish the show. I'll sit there. I'll have a deep exhale, or a deep inhale, and then followed by a deep exhale, and I'll be like, Dino Fury still better.
Boo! Boo! You stink. I'm kidding.
But yeah. Even though I'm 4 episodes in, I'd honestly recommend the show so far. Like it's fun. It's definitely fun. Yeah.
Listen to him because I'm biased.
I don't think it's something you should watch and like try to analyze it to see it's like not always analyze your media so you're not like a weird asshole, but like
if you would like,
it's not it's not Shakespeare or anything. You don't have to do this for like an English class. Just have fun.
Have fun. Break your limits. Turn the brain off.
You don't have to do
a
college essay, you could say.
A college boy Taisen. No, that doesn't work.
You know, maybe if you're a college boy, maybe you'll paper due. Maybe you can write at the bottom of your paper, hey professor, sorry I didn't finish the essay. I watched Ryusoulger because college boy Taisen told me to. And
if you ever need an excuse from class, just say you're listening to College Boy Taisen. Send them our way. We'll handle it.
And we'll be like, it's education related because we have college in our name.
I don't know if I've told you this, but there's a whiteboard where I sit every day on campus, and every day, and I've kept writing College Boy Taisen on YouTube. On every time the whiteboard's blank. Sometimes it gets left up, like what I wrote before. There's actually a streak for 3 weeks of College Boy Taisen being on that whiteboard.
Wow.
Then someone erased it finally.
What a loser.
And then I wrote it again today. I just think it's funny that it's just there.
I bet that guy who...
I don't know if I
wonder if that guy who erased
screw that guy.
He's maybe a bit of a loser. Maybe he has alternate accounts to show on a TV show. But, it'll be whatever. We'll talk about that one week. We've always wanted to have an episode talking about the Toku fandom. We'll have that one day.
We gotta get a big guest. We gotta get a guest for that. Someone who knows.
Exactly. Someone who
I mean, I know.
Dylan, if you're listening.
Dylan.
Come on.
Dylan. Come on. Can we just ask him?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Show up in his DMs
He's
like,
gotta...
be on College Boy Taisen. Our views will pop off. It'll be great.
Dylan, hey.
Because people be searching up.
I know you got a kid, but like, come on.
I think that's all we got in us for this week's College Boy Taisen.
That's all you got. I can keep going.
Yeah, Ryusoulger fan. Limits are meant to be broken.
Exactly. I'm kidding. I don't want to. I'm good.
We hope everyone here who's been listening has had a great week. I hope you all are having a great weekend.
Stayed till the end.
Yeah,
break your limits.
Tune in next time where we'll be talking about Decker, as I have suddenly promised because I have to watch that now.
And Black Sun.
Yep, Black Sun.
I already promised to watch that.
It's okay. I'm watching Jacob's thing. He's watching mine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay though, because I'll probably like it. I hope I'll like it.
But I'll eventually like Black Sun.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.
Break your limits. Your soul. Got it. Goodbye.